Welcome to Muddy River Mornings. I'm Bob Goff.
And I'm Brittany Bull.
And happy Friday. It's finally here as we get ready for another busy weekend in and around Quincy. But first, Brittany and I want to get you caught up on some of the things that happened over the last week and some of the things that are coming up.
Absolutely. Friday is one of my favorite days, by the way.
Isn't it everybody's favorite day?
I think. I don't know. Maybe not for the people that work weekends.
Yeah, true.
I still work weekends, but for some reason I get it on the Friday.
Yeah.
Friday is it's the feeling.
Yeah.
And what great way to start the Friday feeling with a breakfast from Crazy Cakes.
Yes, this looks really good. We just got a couple of eggs, got a couple pieces of bacon, a couple pieces of toast.
But you know what this is called?
I don't know what it's called.
Really?
No.
Okay, it's called the Mare.
The Mare.
Yes.
How fitting.
I know, right? Okay, so the Mare, it is 2 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 sausages, and 2 pieces, or 2 sausages,
right,
and 2 pieces of toast. Obviously, I chose the bacon because we all know that I like my Perch bacon. It's the best bacon in town.
Who ever picks sausage over bacon if you have a choice? I mean, maybe if you need a change up after 15 times of having bacon, but for the most part, you got to go to bacon, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Especially, again, best bacon ever.
Yeah.
The inaugural serving of this dish was plated during the late John Springs term, but has seen it been frequently ordered by former mayors, Mayor Kyle Moore and Chuck Schultz, and also by Linda Moore, as we're told she's been a loyal supporter of Crazy Cakes for years. She even had her press conference announcing her run for mayor at Crazy Cakes.
She did. You were at that.
Yes, I was. That was my little note from the head crazy, Brian. We love Brian.
Yeah.
And Joy and everybody that works there.
Really
Thank you for what you do.
Yes, we really appreciate everything that they're doing for us here, and we appreciate the fact that we get to bring this show to you and talk about things coming up. And we wanted to have the mayor on because we're going to have the mayor candidates on this weekend.
I know, that's exciting.
David Adam interviews the incumbent, Mike Trope, and the challenger, Linda Moore. Those are in Muddy River News This Week interviews that will run on Sunday.
And now those are going to be separate interviews?
Yes.
They're not.
We know they had their own head-to-head forums. They know they've had their own stuff like that. But the bottom line is I just didn't want us to sit in the middle of two people.
I think this way of doing things is the most informative way too, because you can actually listen and
and you can you're
no
focused
one's
on them.
interrupting anybody the way that I always interrupt you.
What? No, you're focused. You can listen to the candidate. You can listen to the person and not have to worry about what the other person's going to say or your next question. I think it's a much better, much cleaner way to do it.
So that is kind of our top stories lately, is the mayoral race here in Quincy is heating up as the elections are also heating up in Hannibal.
Yes.
I've noticed they've been really heating up in our letters to the editor.
I did a tally so far the month of March, and I didn't break them off into mayor letters or whatever letters about other topics, but we'd had 21 letters so far this month, and I think that's a record for us. It's also more letters than I guess you would call the paper of record these days.
Yeah.
They've only had like 6 letters, so I think we have more people reading us. We have more people looking at these letters. We have more people who want the input. Also, I believe our Facebook volume, because we share all these on Facebook, I think that helps a lot. We recently topped the 28,000 Facebook follower mark. So, and that's along with the 1 million or so page views we have every month. So we crank out a lot of content, and we really appreciate people following it along. But yeah, those letters to the editor are
and we'll discuss.
There's a lot of them.
We'll discuss a little bit more about those, I think, on a later program. But let's real quick on this program discuss. So people don't understand sometimes the concept of a letter to the editor. This is more of an opportunity for you to write in, give us your opinion, because that's what the letter to the editor is, on whatever the subject matter is that you're looking to get across. Again, these are people's opinions and not necessarily what we consider news, though it is news, because we want to hear what you have to say. But when somebody submits a letter to the editor with their opinion, it is not Muddy River News' opinion.
Opinion editorial sections, they've been old. They're as old as newspapers can be, and as old as the internet is, much older than the internet actually. So when we are placing letters to the editor, and unless they're like vulgar or hate-filled or say a bunch of stuff that we check out is just not true, we're going to run the letters to the editor, and we're going to run all of them. So we're getting them from both sides of the aisle. So when somebody says we're flaming liberals because we run one, and then they say we're a bunch of right-wing thugs when we run the other, they're obviously hashtag unclear on the concept.
I do, yes, yeah. So, that's kind of funny.
Just trying to explain it to everybody.
No, it's very true. I've never noticed the party politic thing in the news thing until, one, I've been a part of it, and two, like I said, the mayoral election is heating up, so I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the political slander, if you will. You know.
So, also, and of course, with the mayor's race and city council, or one aldermanic race, because we had a bunch of those in the primary, we've also got the park board race.
Yes, and that was also a big letter to the editor, I know. And we're covering that. There are 6 candidates, 4 positions.
Yep.
I know that it is been a little controversial because of one of the candidates being John Frankenhoff. So I look forward to seeing more with that, how that plays out. I love it when politics aren't boring.
Well, they certainly haven't been this year, that's for sure. Both sides of the river, they've gotten very active. That's absolutely true. So we are going to take a quick break. Remember, Muddy River Mornings is driven by Hess Auto Agency.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy. What kind of shows will you see on Muddy River Gems each month? The same award-winning storytelling from Mark McDonald and crew that you enjoyed for nearly 20 years on PBS. Muddy River Gems with host Mark McDonald. A new episode every month online from Muddy River News.
Small business owners, we get it. Running a business is no small task. You've got customers to serve, employees to manage, and of course, taxes to handle.
That's where a tax professional comes in. Whether you're a one-person operation or managing a growing team, taxes can be overwhelming, and mistakes, they can be costly.
Think about it. Are you confident you're taking advantage of every deduction, tracking all your expenses, filing your taxes accurately and on time?
And here's something new you might not know. If you've thought about offering a retirement plan for your employees, now's the perfect time. The IRS is offering new tax credits to small businesses that set up retirement plans. A tax professional can help you claim those credits while setting your business up for long-term success.
It's a win-win. You get rewarded for investing in your employees' future while building loyalty and attracting top talent to your business.
And it's not just about retirement plans. From managing quarterly tax payments to understanding business credits, tax professionals ensure you're saving where you can and staying compliant with the IRS.
At V&R Accounting, we specialize in helping small businesses thrive. Whether it's maximizing new credits, handling complex filings, or preparing for the future, we're here to make taxes the easiest part of your business.
So, small business owners, let us help you focus on what you do best, running your business. Visit vnrtax.com or call 217-222-6568 to schedule an appointment with one of our tax professionals.
What will Linda Moore do for Quincy?
Fix our neighborhoods and our streets.
Grow collaboration.
Fix Quincy's finances.
Grow opportunity.
Fix the dysfunction.
Grow affordable housing.
Grow local business.
Early voting starts March 7th. Vote for Linda Moore to be Quincy's next mayor April 1st. Paid for by the committee to elect Linda Moore for Quincy.
Welcome back, and we are getting ready to hear from our friends at Farm and Home Supply, Nathaniel Jones and Brent Clare, about the weather. And of course, it's spring, so it's always changing.
Yes, it's very unpredictable. So let's hear from these guys.
You know, Brent, some seasons are cold,
obviously,
but some are hot. Summer hot. I am a chalupaologist, Nathaniel Jones. This is meteorologist Brent Clare. This is How's the Weather Up There? With your weekend forecast as well as the daily impacts to your life. So this is a special Friday episode, obviously. And we have a very high temperature in your forecast today, correct?
Indeed. We're so used to all these cold temperatures, and we're going to see 80 for today, possibly. And I think we got up close to that a few weeks ago, did we not? So
yes, 77 maybe? So
maybe, but yeah, this will be definitely one of the warmest of the year so far. So, but with that will be some gusty southwest winds again. So with the warm temperatures and the winds and the humidity, yes, we still have a little bit of a burning issue there. So do not, we had 2 calls in 2 hours on Monday. So it's like, I was so fed up with it. It's like,
it did get some rain though yesterday.
Yes, that is a good point. We got a third of it. Now, it was interesting because if you looked at the path of it, it was a southeast northwest orientation, and we didn't get much of anything until about late in the day, and then we finally got a few ones. I think Carthage was clear all day. You know, that's how that band just stayed right there all day long. So
and pretty scattered too, especially last night. That popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was very scattered. So, but we got a third of an inch, which we will be very grateful for. I talked to a lot of my friendly farmers. Saying, you ready to go? And they said, well, we could still use some rain. I was like, wow, this close to April, and you're saying you want rain rather than good planting conditions. I don't know. So, but we'll see. Today we'll obviously see a nice warm up. Then we got a little active weather coming in here tomorrow and Sunday. We're going to watch first. Sunday or Saturday night into Sunday is where I think the biggest threat for us would be for maybe some hail and some damaging winds.
Really, so some severe storms.
Some severe storms on Saturday night. Now Sunday, the risk is further to the south. It'll be southern Missouri and Illinois. Right now, we have a slight risk over our head from the Storm Prediction Center. I think that might be just a little bit too far north, or it is from the morning activity that'll be coming through. So we'll have to watch that. We'll definitely have to watch that. And I think in the afternoon, I think the bigger storms will definitely be further to the south, so I'm not worried about that. Then we get a few days off, and then Wednesday another storm system comes in. So we're going to see storms about every 3 or 4 days, and we'll just have to see how stormy they get. But again, we are in April. April showers bring me flowers.
And April coming up, do you think we've seen our final freezing temperature, or do you still think that there's still some out there?
Ooh, that's excellent. There was an adage I heard once. The frog must see through the ice 3 times before...
Back to the frogs, huh?
Back to the
These
frogs.
frogs.
Back to the frogs. The frog must see through the ice 3 times before it's over. I have no clue. So, I have lost...
the beginning of the year? Is that okay?
Yeah. So
starting in January, it's got to see through the ice 3 times.
When the frogs come out the first time.
So we're hearing the croaks. I've heard a few of them.
Right. We start hearing them croaking. Croaking? Yeah.
Croaking, yeah. The croaking. I like that movie.
The croaking, there you go. But yeah, once they have come out of dormancy or whatever, if they have to still see through ice 3 times. So I have not counted it, so I've lost track of that. So, but
on the onion forecast, let's go back to that for April. What do you think?
So this is. I was talking to this last night with a friend. The fact that the Climate Prediction Center and the National Weather Service are really calling for a very wet April, at least, especially the first half of it. And I was saying, no, my onions said dry. So, and someone said the onions never lie. I said,
find out.
We'll find out. So, because this would be a very interesting forecast. But if you look at the next few days, how active the pattern is, I am leaning towards that wetter than normal April, but we will see. But maybe it was the halves of.
Maybe it's a bad onion. Maybe that one vegetable is not a good prognosticator.
Or it's the second half of each month. I don't know. We'll find ways to justify it later on. So, but yeah. The good thing is we're seeing warmer temperatures.
Yep.
So obviously, and I was looking here. Trees are starting to come in full bloom.
Yep.
You got that. I was trying to think of what it was called on the way in, but it's that purple grass that pops up in fields and stuff like that starting to show out.
Yep.
Everyone thinks it's so pretty. It's like, no, that's a weed.
But we are getting the in-between time when weeds start popping up. We're actually in the prime spot for crabgrass preventer. So now's the time. You got just a few days left before it might be too late for the preventer. You can still get something to take care of it at Farm and Home, but the source preventer almost laid down. And I would say we're probably 2 weeks away from most people mowing their grass.
The one guy that always mows first, that always has the nicest lawn, has mowed his lawn already.
Already? Okay, you think it's already done.
Yes.
But I would think 2 weeks or about that from most people.
I need 2 weeks just to pick up all the tree limbs that are in my yard.
True.
So,
yeah.
And we don't have this. We don't have your residential yard. We have a acreage.
Yeah.
And my goodness, there's so many. It's going to take a day.
I'm just hoping my trampoline stays in my yard this time with all the wind. I got a few barriers to put down and screwed that bad boy to the ground, so hopefully it doesn't move. But it looks like wind, we still got chances at high wind, right?
Well, I tell you what, the best thing I can say for that is dog anchors, dog leash anchors, and some tarp straps. Or not tarp straps, ratchet straps.
Ratchet straps to hold it down.
Yeah. So there's ways, but when you get a big wind, it's so fun to watch. I shouldn't say fun. But to watch tornado videos and just see that thing.
You laugh at other people's pain, huh?
Well, as long as they don't get hurt. Trampolines don't have feelings.
True.
Because whenever I fall on a trampoline, it laughs and I don't.
Hello, I am Maddie McCartney, Miss Quincy 2025. I am also the granddaughter of two amazing grandfathers. Besides having me in common, these men both live with heart disease. One needed stents, and the other had open heart surgery. In honor of our loved ones, join me in these steps to manage heart disease risk. Choose healthy food and drinks. That means a high-fiber, low-fat diet that limits salt, sugar, and alcohol. Doing that helps manage blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes risk, and maintains a healthy weight. Talk to your healthcare provider about exercises that is safe for you. Don't smoke, or if you do, work on quitting. And take charge of medical conditions by seeing your healthcare provider regularly and taking any medications as prescribed. For more information, go to the website on your screen. Your heart health is important to you and to those who love you.
Women are exceptional. In the workplace, in the home, in the community. We fill so many roles vital not only to our success, but also the success of those around us. We deserve health care that is as exceptional as we are. Blessing Health meets the varied needs of every woman, from OBGYN care and breast health to pediatrics for those of us who have little ones in our life. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way.
All right, welcome back, and of course we hope some of that rain stays away this weekend. Of course, if you don't have your taxes done this weekend, if you haven't had them done yet, you can go see our friends at V&R Accounting. They're also fine sponsors of ours, along with our friends at Hess Auto Agency. I'm not going to talk about taxes with Brittany, it makes her sad. And then we've also got, of course, our friend Andrew at Muddy River Engraving, and all kinds of good, cool stuff there that you can get from him. So, also the shows that we have this week. We talked earlier about Muddy River News this week. We have the two mayoral candidates, the incumbent Mike Trope and the challenger Linda Moore. David Adam has sit-down interviews with them.
And then you have a sit-down interview with Brian Renfro from John Wood. I got to take a peek in on that, and it was pretty interesting. I love hearing from him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. And again, as we know, he was approached to apply for another job. He's kind of going through that vetting process right now. He says he just doesn't know, and I tried to do my best to keep him to stay. Brittany was here, so she saw I gave my best C. Quincy sales pitch. So we hope that works out. And we're also doing some different stuff with Club Muddy coming up, right?
Yes. So the Club Muddy this week is our usual roundup. That's when we usually talk about whatever it is in the news, topics, and it's just the three of us. Bobby, Ashley, myself. We have some drinks, and we probably say a lot of opinions. But then again, it's also informative because whatever it is that we're discussing is newsworthy. We're going to follow that up and hopefully have another club. It's going to probably drop the following week. A really cool guest. His name is Ronnie McKenzie. He is viral, if you will, for being a sign language interpreter. So he's teaching people sign language over TikTok. It's pretty cool.
The latest Muddy River Gems also drops, Randy Phillips and Mark McDonald, so that's always entertaining, and we'll have some previews of that. Coming up this weekend, you'll be able to see the previews, and of course, Muddy River Gems drops on Monday. And then we turn the tables on Matt Schuckman a little bit.
Yes, because we also have a podcast. Frankie Say sits down with Matt Schuck, our very own, and we get to hear everything about Schuck's world. From a Frankie perspective.
Yeah, and I think it's great because, again, Matt's always the one doing the interviews. He's sitting on his tailgate talking to all the athletes and coaches. This time, Frankie gets to ask him a bunch of questions. So it was a lot of fun. I had fun recording it, and of course, that's already up on Muddy River News. You can watch it. So.
And speaking of Schuck, now it's time for sports.
Well, happy Friday, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, coming to you from the home office as we get set for another fun-filled weekend ahead. It's been a fun week, making the transition from basketball and winter sports to the spring sports scene. We did wrap up the high school basketball scene this week with our all-area teams and our players of the year. So make sure you go to our website and check that out. Those dropped on Wednesday and Thursday. We want to thank Sage Stratton of Quincy Notre Dame and Preston Brewer of Canton for taking the time to sit on the tailgate and do Shuck on a Truck with me. We did special episodes of that to honor our players of the year. So that's who we highlighted as the award recipients for this winter. So make sure you check those out. And now we make the full transition into spring sports. This weekend we've got the Quincy High School girls soccer team playing host to a tournament at Flint Stadium. So we'll have coverage of that on both Friday night and Saturday. The Quincy Notre Dame softball team has a slam going on at the backyard on Saturday, so we'll be out there. Quincy University baseball team's at home. I know there's going to be a lot of teams try to get games in because we did have some wet weather this week, so I think some teams maybe missed out on an opportunity. Spring football practice has started for the Quincy University football program, so I was out there earlier this week. I'll be out there again maybe Saturday afternoon. We'll see. We'll see what the schedule brings. Today, on our website, make sure you check out a story about Maddie O'Brien, a two-sport Quincy High School graduate who is now a sophomore at Carroll University in Wisconsin, an NCAA Division III school where she is playing golf. Her and her teammates just recently returned from a spring break trip to the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail in Alabama. And it just so happened that Maddie made aces on back-to-back days. That's right, holes in one, back-to-back rounds, different courses, to complete her spring break trip. So got a chance to talk to her this week, which was a lot of fun. So you can check out that story on her eventful spring break. It's on our website now. We've had a couple coaching updates. Palmyra has hired Justin Hutchins to be the head football coach there. And Pittsfield's hired Dalton Barnes to be its head football coach. One story's on our site now about Hutchins. The Barnes story will be up to later today. So make sure you check that out. So we're starting to see some movement there. The transfer portal is wild on the college basketball scene. I think it was 8 Quincy University players entered the portal. I think they've gotten 4 commitments so far that have been made public. We'll see what else the Hawks come up with. And then Danny Stevens, the former Southeastern All-Stater, has entered the transfer portal. He spent his first 2 years at Mizzou, redshirting, battling injuries. So he's moving on, so we'll see where he goes. I hear Western Illinois University may be the landing spot for him, so we'll see what happens. But again, lots going on. Make sure you check out MuddyRiverSports.com. We'll keep you updated as best we can with everything going on. We got the nightly scoreboard that we post every late night, early morning. So make sure you check that out for all your score updates. And other than that, have a great weekend.
Muddy River Engraving has been fantastic to work with, especially when I need something last minute, quickly. Andrew has just been fantastic to get me everything I need in a very quick, effective manner.
We work in a fast-paced industry, so for us, the fact that he personally delivers to it, that's one of the best things, and always comes through ahead of schedule.
What do I love about Muddy River Engraving? I love that Andrew supports the businesses that work with him. We'll see him in here almost every week, and that's nice that 2 people are helping each other out, pushing each other's product.
What kind of shows will you see on Muddy River Gems each month? The same award-winning storytelling from Mark McDonald and crew that you enjoyed for nearly 20 years on PBS. Muddy River Gems with host Mark McDonald. A new episode every month online from Muddy River News. Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
All right, it's about time for us to head out and start our weekend. I'm not starting the weekend. I've got a lot more work to do here at Muddy River News. Brittany will probably skate out. I probably won't see her again for 3 days.
Oh, whatever. I'll be weekend working.
Yeah, she
does
great.
You have a special event this weekend, don't you, coming up yourself?
Yes, I will be performing at Town and Country. I will be performing the Murder Mystery at the Pizzeria. It's a fundraiser for Quincy Catholic Charities. Second year I've done it. I'm doing it with a bunch of friends, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Tickets are sold out.
Nice.
So we hopefully will even raise more money on the silent auction and the other stuff, and I'm going to be going from table to table to try to get people to give even more money. And of course, I am one of the suspects. But as Brittany knows, I would never hurt anybody.
I still think he done it.
What do you think I did it? Come on.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
It is.
Also, friendly reminder, once again, Election Day is coming up. So you can still vote early. I saw a couple of people saying that voting early is probably a good thing, because what if a porta potty falls from the sky and nails you, and then you can't vote?
Sure.
I'm kidding.
Also, the courthouse is open a Saturday morning vote. So if you want to get out Saturday morning, you can do that.
Are you an early voter or?
I like voting on Election Day.
Same. I
now,
do too.
Back when I used to actually work and run on campaigns, I would vote early because I knew I was so busy on Election Day. I had other things to do. But I like to vote on Election Day. I like to go to the polls. I like to talk to the judges. And, I like to work the room a little bit. So.
I joke about the voting early thing in porta potty. Obviously, other scenarios could happen where, you might have a health issue where you can't get out there. And voting is very, very important.
Yes.
Like, I feel like I don't think it's just I think everyone feels like if you have an opinion, the first thing you have to, in regards to politics, the first thing you have to take care of is your vote.
Absolutely. And also keep in mind that on Election Day, when you go in there, you can't, if you support one of the candidates, don't wear your button or your shirt or whatever that says I'm for whoever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. No electioneering is allowed. So don't do anything like that. They really sometimes nothing. I mean, even if it's a candidate who's not on a ballot, like say I wear one of my old Reagan shirts or something, they really don't like that. So just go in there wearing something as apolitical as possible. Don't go in there with a Trump shirt or anything like that, or a Biden shirt, whatever. Don't do that. Even though they're not on the ballot, still steer clear from all that. They will tell you to leave and go change clothes before you vote. Yes. So, and then finally, last week we had our latest installment of Muddy River Cribs. That's been a very popular series.
Yes, we just discussed that with Holly a little bit earlier. This one was a little bit off the path that we normally take. Usually we're going on those architectural tours, but we want to explore all the homes in Quincy. So if you have a home that you would like to show off, if you think it's interesting, unique, and that the audience would like to see it, and you want to welcome Muddy River into it, we'd be happy to hear from you. You can find that Cribs episode on Muddy River TV. Real quick about Muddy River TV, everything lives there that we've done on video. So if you want to find a video that's been done in the past, you can find it all at muddyriver.tv.
All right, we got to split this breakfast.
I guess the best part about, besides the bacon, is when you take the egg and for the over easy.
You dip your toast in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do the explosion.
Yeah.
That's what my daughter always calls it. She can't wait for the egg explosion. And with egg prices these days, again, this is probably one of your best bets. I think you can get this entire breakfast for $7.30.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
That's
it is a good deal. So
sure.
again, thanks to our friends at Crazy Cakes for the great coffee and
2
the
eggs
breakfast.
cost $7, so cheers.
Yeah, right. So, all right, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week.
Happy Friday.